guys, welcome to Drag and Drive News, your source for news and entertainment in the Drag and Drive community. Today we have huge updates. We have close races on the 10-0 and 12-0 class lists. We have a new segment called Built for Drag and Drive, which is brought to you by our friends at Sweet Patina. We have Miles of Mayhem updates. We have Sick the Mag upcoming issue news. We have Street Week winners. All kinds of stuff is happening this week. I hope you're ready. Sit down, get buckled up. Let's go. All right, the first thing we're going to cover is Built for Drag and Drive. I know everyone is thrashing right now, getting ready for upcoming Drag and Drive events. This segment is brought to us by our friends at Sweet Patina. Guys, if you need any kind of patina or car care product, go to sweetpatina.com. The first vehicle we're going to cover is Red Hat Scotty, the dude, and Noah of Questionable Performance Solutions, building a brand new car for Race Week, or Rocky Mountain Race Week 2.0. Guys, this will be the first Drag and Drive event that they have attended without the Rickety Rocket. That's right. Scotty has decided to not do anything questionable on the Rickety Rocket. They are going full out on the cage on it, which meant they would not have that car ready for Race Week. They're not going to miss a Drag and Drive. This new car is simply a thrown together hodgepodge of extra parts from other builds. He bought the car in 2015 or 16 with a 4-cylinder and an auto with a 5.3 in the hatch, gave $1,000 for the whole thing, sold the 5.3 a few days later for $600 and put the car back in the corner. He says, set up this time, 5.3 from the pick and pull, unknown mileage or condition. It's been sitting in the corner for 2 years. It's getting a sloppy stage 2 cam, turbo 400 out of who knows what, a 3200 stall from Renegade Performance, a Dorman LS1 intake, 8.8 and 355 gears. Guys, the goal for them on this car is shooting for high 12s in the quarter mile, and they are packing their dry nitrous kit for the last day to see if it can go mid to high 11s. Now, if you know Questionable Performance guys, you know they can put a car together, you know they can make stuff work, you know they can make stuff happen. They were one of the teams that swapped an engine in the parking lot on Race Week 2.0 2020. So you know they can get it done. You know they're going to have a good time. Guys, I cannot wait to see the progress of this car. Guys, we will be keeping updates on that car on our page, but probably the best way to find most current information is to follow Questionable Performance Solutions on Facebook and YouTube. I'll put those links down in the comments. All right, guys, next up is Mike Chenoweth with the RoadRunner that you guys know is famous now for hitting the deer at the end of Midwest Drags at Edgewater Motorsports Park. The car, 150 miles an hour, slams on the brakes. The deer hesitates. Boom, venison for everybody, okay? Now, Mike's on the waiting list for Drag Week, but he says he is working to attend that at all costs. From the looks of all the posts and stuff, you can see the pictures. It looks like it only damaged the body panels. I know they have done a few additional upgrades to the exhaust and intake side of things from the turbos, but the fender is repaired and back on the car. As you can see, he did finish Midwest Drags with a 9.4555 average, and so he is just out of the top 100 fastest racers list for 2022. This car was certainly one of my favorite cars of Midwest Drags. It sounds amazing. It looks amazing. And guys, it moves out. Best pass that he turned in on Midwest Drags was a 9.106. If he can keep that kind of time, he most likely will stay in the top 100, but will be very, very close to being on the bubble. Next up is Brady Bluma in the Lucky Sock 66 C10. Guys, this truck, again, one of my favorites from Race Week last year. Won the Hot Rod class, twin turbo LS, and you know I am a first-gen C10 guy. This truck back in April, a freak accident at a local cruise night burnout competition. Another participant's throttle hung wide open, ends up flipping the car right into the side of the Lucky Sock. Sad situation. That was the end of April. Brady has been fighting with the insurance company since then. He finally, this last week, said, screw it, I'm over it. It's time for freedom. The 4th of July, he started pulling the truck back apart to repair it. He is on the search for a good bedside, for a passenger side, step side, for a first-gen C10. I think at this point, he's open to anything, definitely wants that. Look, we hope he gets it sorted out with insurance. But our main concern is he going to be able to come back and defend his title for 2022 at Race Week in the Hot Rod class? Good luck, Brady. We're on your side, bud. Huge news. Drag and Drive Addiction is hosting an end of the year awards show at PRI 2022. We want to reward you racers for your hard work throughout the year. The fastest 100 list, 9 through 14 second top 25, the regional list, the 8th mile list. This is our way to say thank you so much for what you do. Thank you for laying it out, putting it on the line to make these lists. You know what you got to do? You got to turn to 11. You got to turn it up. Go follow Drag and Drive everywhere, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, or find us on the website, draganddrive.com, for the full lists of lists. All right, guys, and you know, one of our favorite people is Paulie Castiglioni. It's a crazy story. If you've seen the pictures the last couple of days, makes the entire week. His last pass of the week is a good one. Gets to the end of the track, and the motor lets go. I mean, talk about a motor staying together just long enough. In the pictures, you'll see some of the damage that was done. Here is the update from him. He said the crank is at Storm Crankshaft in Yonkers, New York. Hadn't heard back yet, but hopes they can cut it and polish it, and it'd be good to go. The block looks like he cracked number 1 cylinder, so number 1 cylinder is going to get a sleeve. He's got new rods, Carrillo I-beam rods from Howard's Cam. Lifters are on the way to get refurbished. Here's what happened. And the great thing about Paulie is he owns it. This was the first engine that he had put together, okay? His engine builder, Frankie Ford, he said it was actually shocked it lasted the week. So turns out, here's what Paulie said. Turns out I put the wrong bearings in the motor. I did freshen it up myself. This was the first time, and I did all the ordering and assembling. They were standard cut. Clevite bearings were slight tad too big for the rod journals. Number 1 rod bearing was pulled out of the journal and was walked against the crane. Said it's fixable and maybe some upgrades on the horizon. So he said, being a drag week addict, he's got 2 or 3 of everything, and now since everything is back ordered, it pays off to have parts on the shelf. Good luck to you. I hope you get it fixed. We're rooting for you. We'll see you at Drag Week. All right, guys, Sick the Mag update. The upcoming issue is going to contain Carolina Drag Cruise, the circuit, which was our event, and it should release the first week of August, just in time for me to get it read by the time we leave for Race Week. And just to make your palms a little sweatier, guys, we've got 29 days until Miles of Mayhem in Canada. We've got 50 days until Race Week, or Rocky Mountain Race Week 2.0. We've got 64 days until Hot Rod Drag Week, and we have 69 days to One Guy's Garage. Y'all, this is coming up fast. Get your cars ready. Get to working on them right now. All right, one more update real quick with Sick Week, not Sick the Mag, Sick Week. Email came out today saying that the team will be sending out expressions of interest very soon, maybe as early as August. So that's pretty exciting. If you missed last year, they are only letting the fastest 100 get into early registration. The expression of interest, essentially you are submitting your car for approval to see if you are cool enough to do Sick Week. So get your list together, get your stuff done, get it ready for when they send that out, and make it available to the public. All right, guys, this is going to start our Miles of Mayhem coverage. Y'all, the team that is putting on Miles of Mayhem looks like they are going to have a ton of fun. If you want more information, visit milesofmayhem.ca. That's right, Canada. We're 30 days out, August 14th through August 19th. All right, with only 30 days out, I had to get some information from some of the drivers. But guys, let's do a rundown of the event real quick. It starts at Medicine Hat Dragway Association in Medicine Hat, wherever that is. It goes to Saskatoon International Raceway for day 2, which is, based on what I'm seeing, 450 to 500 kilometers. I know you don't know how much that is. It's 300 miles for day 2 racing. Then they move on to Forestburg Area 53 racetrack, another 425 to 450 kilometers, or for us Americans, 250 miles. Day 4 is at Rimbey, which is Central Alberta Raceways, which is, by my maps, 150 to 200 kilometers, which is about 125 miles. So I don't know if they'll have them drive around in the back country some or in the country some to gain the miles that day. But basically, pulling up on Google, 125 miles. And then they're obviously back to Medicine Hat Drag Race Association, another 300-mile trip that day. So in total, it's 1,700 kilometers or 1,000 miles. 5 days of racing. Here's the cool part. It is all 8th mile. So that's pretty neat that we'll have all of those racers. 160 racers are signed up. I'm sure there are folks on the wait list. So we'll have all of those also populate the fastest 50 8th mile racers on the Drag and Drive Racers lists. So on the top 50 2021 8th mile list, there were 31 Miles of Mayhem racers. So more than half of the racers on the 8th mile list, top 50, were Miles of Mayhem. To tell you how fast the pool of drivers are up there in cars, I basically put a post up on their Facebook group asking for a little bit of information about who's coming, what they're bringing, all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to run through that. I'm going to blast you guys with photos and a little bit of information on these drivers. So here we go. We got Kyle Omalano with a Datsun truck with a Turbo LS in it. Ted Miko, our buddy that came down with Rich Keto and then raced with Bill Armstrong and those guys. He won the Rocky Mountain Race Week stick shift class, and then he's bringing his Ford Fairlane to Miles of Mayhem, coming back, wants that trophy for Rocky Mountain Race Week and Miles of Mayhem for the stick shift class, and he's got a new trailer. Quentin Pike, he switched from a twin turbo diesel setup to a compound turbo setup. He's got a new NAPC race trans, all new engine combo, and tons more. He listed a bunch of stuff. Ron Thiessen returning in his SN95 Mustang with a fresh small block Ford. Darcy Hanlon returning in a diesel Fox body with a trans brake and a bit more nitrous and a new trailer. Chris Hine, not many upgrades to the 33, but has a new trailer that looks freaking awesome. If you agree with me, put it down in the comments. David Siddon, it's his first Miles of Mayhem, and he recently finished, I shared it the other day on Instagram, his 49 Plymouth Gasser, made the first trip around the block last week. He's bringing, I think, his brother and his niece. They're bringing their own cars, so that's pretty exciting, a family group there. Chris Oler is returning, but he has two-step and a boost builder this time in the Beaumont. He was at Sick Week with us as well. Pat Miker says he's coming in and intends to make it past day 1, where he was actually the fastest pass of the day, but sadly didn't make it. But he hasn't had the car out this year yet. He fixed a lot of stuff, just hasn't had it out yet. Brad Whalen is still giving the Falcon a shakedown. Looks like it's going to be there. It was in the picture. It was driving. Steve Groening is returning with a new 388-inch motor and a new turbo, back on a radial. Says he has business to handle after finishing second last year. Raymond Huppy returns with upgraded fuel tanks and fuel pumps in his Fox body. Tony Buchert is returning after a tough sick week and making a list of changes that's too long to list. Colby Bauk, B-O-U-C-K, coming back in his Mustang. He finished second last year, but says he's hoping to not get outgunned by all the crazy fast stick shift guys that are coming to take the W. Finished second in stick shift, sorry. Brian Stevenson is a new entry to stick shift with his GT500. Kyler Vanee finished last year, went home back half the car, added an 850 cage, new diff, bigger tires, and a bigger supercharger. That car is going to be a force to be reckoned with. Y'all, that's the updates for Miles of Mayhem. That event is going to be awesome. I can't wait to see what the shakeup is going to be for that. Now, with the 8th mile list, I'll give you guys a little bit of detail. So we have Miles of Mayhem finishing with it. We have Rocky Mountain Race Week and the Rowdy Radio class that will have a second round with Race Week, their 8th mile. And then also Carolina Drag Cruise is running a fall event where they will have 8th mile racing as well. So we're going to have a tight finish here coming into the end of the year. So good luck to all the Miles of Mayhem folks as we go through the next 3 weeks. And as the event begins, we'll be bringing you all kinds of information and racer spotlights and things like that. So, all right, Street Week, Sweden. I thought they were finishing yesterday. Guys, that would have made this an easy post. So I'm going to give you the class leaders at the moment going into their final day. Now, as you are watching this, that event will have concluded, but I didn't have it in time to bring you all the info. My plan is to do a standalone video this week for the class winners and all of the close races that came from Street Week Sweden. So congratulations to everybody that's made it. It looks like they have had some pretty hard attrition out of that one, and I can only imagine trying to get parts in Sweden makes it even harder to compete in a drag and drive event. I want to say I apologize ahead of time for the pronunciation of these names. Congratulations to these folks. These, again, are the class leaders as of Friday night, Central, 9 p.m. Central Time. Timo Helliston, and Max Outlaw in his 57 Chevrolet. He's got a 5.2856 average Street Outlaw. Henrik Gustafsson in an E36 BMW Coupe with a 5.3843 average. In Ultimate Street, we've got Kalle Arl, A-U-R-E-L-L, okay, 1976 Dodge Aspen with the hair over a 6.0104 average. And then in True Street, we've got Sammy Toivonen with a 6.0208 average. Moving down to Pro Touring class, we've got Petter Lundgren in an El Camino with a 6.8906 average. Import War rear-wheel drive, Anders Svanberg in a Supra with a 5.9234 average. In four-wheel drive class, Peter Bjork, in an Audi Quattro with a 6.2994 average. And then diesel power, we have Linus Tollander in a Chevrolet Nova with a 7.0083. And then classic, we have Martin Nyland with a 55 Chevrolet with a 6.7955 average. And then in the hot rod class, rounding out what I have is Per Broal in a 40s Willys Coupe with a 6.6294 average. So as you're going through that, I know you're kind of adding those up, seeing who has some close races. So my question to you is, should we build a worldwide list and have all of our American lists here, America with Canada, and then have a list for Sweden and all the stuff that goes on in Australia and all the things like that? So that's my question to you guys. Let me know what you want to do down in the comments. Congratulations and good luck to all these class leaders. There are a ton of cars in that. And again, we'll have a full rundown after the event has concluded. Not you again? What do you want? Hey man, you got any more of them Dragon drives? Yeah, but this is the last time. Hang on, I'll be right back. All right, this is the last time. Got it? From now on, you order on dragondrive.com. Whew. That was a ton of info, guys. Lots and lots of info. Sorry we didn't have a guest on this week. I felt with all of this info, it would be too hard to try and squeeze somebody in. But we do have a surprise for next week. We are doing another giveaway with Brap caps. I cannot wait to get these things in my hand. It is an exhaust dump that is a V-band clamp. This makes so much sense in my mind. So I should have it in my hand in the next few days, and we'll do a quick review on it. And the intention is to put it on my Turbo LS C10 truck. And then obviously we're doing a giveaway for some of the followers here. So that's exciting. We'll figure out with the owner of Brap Caps how we'll be doing that, who we'll be giving it away to, and all that stuff. So we'll have them on as a guest next week, kind of talking about this a little bit as well. But let's go over what we covered today, y'all, because there was a ton of stuff. We covered close races in the 10.0 and 12.0 second Drag and Drive Racer list. Our first installment of Built for Drag and Drive, which is brought to us by our friends at Sweet Patina. Love those guys. Miles of Mayhem, racer updates, Sick the Mag, Sick Week updates, tons of stuff there, and Street Week, Sweden, current class leaders. Y'all, thank you very much for watching to the end. I really appreciate it. If you haven't done it yet, you got to subscribe. You got to follow us. You got to share us, guys. Help us get out there. Help us show more people about the Drag and Drive community. Thank you very much.